My name is David Kiptoo, a diploma holder in electrical and electronics engineering. Currently, power option, currently doing solar energy. Due to the economic crisis of the country, it has been a necessity to incorporate energy and food sustainability. We are 100% self-sufficient in energy. We don't use electricity or neither gasoline generators. We use basically solar to generate electricity to run the pump directly, and this results to zero bills. Due to the current economic times, I've decided to use solar energy to cut my costs and to, for example, water, which lead to production of food, for example, managu, saga, and murenda. This, in turn, is a bit drought resistant, and it's also not prone to pests, which may not require to use pesticides, which in turn have residual effects and leads to some diseases like cancer. I normally use crop rotation to alter the pest life cycle. For example, if your plant is time round managu, the most potential pest is spider mite. The next round I will plant morenda, which does not have a serious, which is not affected by spider mites, and saga, which is not, and also I may plant saga, which is not affected by spider mite. And the place I had planted saga, I will come and plant managu. My main aim is first of all to satisfy my demand, and the surplus I normally sell it to the local customers at a fair price. For example, managu I sell it at a kilo of a kg costs about 50 Kenya shillings, which is affordable to everybody, and the demand is very high. My main source of manure is mostly animals. I normally use the cows' manure and the sheep's, which both of them combine to be farmyard manure, and I normally use it because I would like the farm to be purely organic to avoid carcinogenic products which comes with the pesticides, which, for example, the non-pyrethrum pesticides, yeah, which is more carcinogenic and it has a residual effect. I've planted maize, in which some part is for, I will harvest some parts, and the remaining is for silage for sheep. My main source of water is well, shallow well, which is about 15 feet, and I don't pay the bill for it because I normally use the solar pump, which is permanent magnet DC and has high MPPT. My well is a bit stable. For 3 years I've been running for 12 hours or even the sun hours, but I have no history of drying. I normally recycle the water for the farm and use rainwater to make sure that the plant gets optimum water uptake. Apart from being an electrical engineer, I also have the plumbing skills, so I did piping myself. I don't need a plumber, I just need the materials used for, I just need a stock and die to do the threads, male and female threads. Currently, there is high disease rates due to poor food supply. For instance, I had some stomachache one time and realized that the food I took was sprayed and the days for withdrawal was not taken care of. So I decided to do my own food and avoid the food poisoning, which in turn has resulted from the skuma wiki I took, which was not well taken care of and maintained the days of withdrawal periods. Initially I did a calculation and found that a day, if you use petroleum and gasoline generators, you use about 1,000 per hour to irrigate half an acre piece of land. That was the first option, and see it unaffordable because you would just need about 2 hours, which cost 2,000 Kenya shillings. I decided for electrical parts, option 1. But here comes, you use a 1.2 kilowatt motor, you run for 1 hour, that's 1.2 units, which costs about 15 Kenya shillings. If you run for 10 hours, that's about 150 Kenya shillings a day, and the discharge is a bit slower. But I decided to use solar because it has almost the same discharge and it runs for about 12 hours. With you just need solar energy, you just need sunlight and run it. You don't need to be complicated. It's just an on and off thing. Even a grandmother can run it. Main source of seeds is just I just buy from Agrovet. For example, Gloria costs about 3,500 Kenya shillings. I just come and raise from seeds to seedlings using trays. It's just the most efficient because the survival percentage is about 98%. For instance, if you raise 4,000 seeds, the probability of getting 3,500 is very high as compared to growing it in a raised seed bed, which is a bit dangerous and may cause some environmental pollution. When there is heavy downpour, it may drain to water sources, resulting to hazardous environment because of herbicide used. I would just advise the government to just make the power as much affordable to every person by not controlling it. Because if one individual can share power among his or her own neighbors and use the renewable means like solar energy, such that you get yourself a society and generate your own power, it will be very easy and cheap, and this in turn will lead to high production because power is the basic commodity for production.